Joining us now on the line is Cindy Campbell. She's a retired lieutenant commander for the Navy, spent 30 years there. Now she is the vice president of communications for Fisher House. How are you, Cindy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're very good. So help people understand. I mean, we talk a lot about Fisher House, but for those who may not know about it, give me sort of the details of what it does and how it helps our wounded warriors.
Absolutely. Fisher Houses are comfort homes. It's a home away from home for military veterans and their families to stay while they're getting medical treatment. And so kind of think of it, it's like the Ronald McDonald House, but for the military and veterans. So we're located at bases around the country and at VA hospitals, and we have 62 so far.
62 now. And the thing that many people don't know is this is not like a hotel. This really is like a home. And by the way, a very nice home, because we want the very best for the families of our wounded warriors. I mean, you go to a great deal of effort to make sure that these are very comfortable places for the families to be.
Oh, absolutely. They're stunning. From the moment you walk in the front door with the living room on your right, a large dining room on your left, it's really beautifully decorated. We have lots of photos on our website at fisherhouse.org. And, you know, there's one thing I know. I know what a barracks looks like. I mean, I spent 30 years in the Navy. I know exactly what a barracks looks like. This is not a barracks. This is not a what we think of as a typical government lodging facility. These are gorgeous homes. And the reason why we put so much effort into making them stunning is because when you come to the hospital, when you're coming to Walter Reed to meet your husband or your son or daughter, your wife who has been injured, the last thing that you want to think about is where you're going to be staying, who's going to be taking care of you. You're there to take care of your wounded warrior. And so when you walk in this house, you immediately get that sense of, wow, somebody really must be thinking about me, because look how beautiful this is. All we want that person to do, all we want that mom and dad to do is to be at that hospital at the bedside, thinking of nothing but their wounded warrior.
And you can help by calling right now, 301-294-8560, our 10th annual Fisher House Radiothon. And right now, every donation you make is being doubled by the friends at Finn Mechanica.
Retired Lieutenant Commander Cindy Campbell is our guest, and we are talking about Fisher House. And you just described the home to me, and I want you to expand on something, because I hear, of course, that the spouse of the wounded warrior has their private place. They have their place to sleep, of course, and eat. But there are also these community areas, sort of like the grand room, sort of living rooms, where all of the families, they all have something in common here, and they are able to mix and talk with each other. It almost becomes an organic support system.
It really does, and this is, and when you, in fact, one of the stories I always tell, because it just resonates with me personally. I was at the Walter Reed Fisher House. We have 5 of them there, and I had walked into the kitchen, and I was talking to some other folks in the kitchen, but I overheard these 2 moms sitting at the kitchen counter. They were having coffee. And one mom had just gotten there. Her son had lost a limb through an IED attack. And the other mom had been in the house for 6 months. Her son also had lost a limb in an IED attack. And the mom who had just gotten there was talking about how her son was in the hospital. He was sick. He was throwing up. He couldn't keep food down. And the other mom looked at her and she said, "You need to tell the doctor to try this medication. My son went through the same thing. And as soon as the doctor changed it to this, he stopped throwing up." And I mean, I remember just being stunned watching this, because that never could happen in a hotel room. It's not going to happen there. Those 2 moms were there to support each other. And that is the magic of a Fisher House. They're there together, getting through this horrible time of their lives together.
That's so powerful, and thank you for that story. And you mentioned that it happened right here in Bethesda at Walter Reed. You know, we're getting these donations coming in at Silver Spring and out of Bethesda, and it's no surprise we happen to have Fisher. You're probably driving past a Fisher House every day on your way into the Capitol, so please help support Fisher House, as our wounded warriors are right here in our neighborhood. It's our responsibility to help them out. They're our brothers and sisters. Call Fisher House right now, 301-294-8560.
You know, Cindy, I've had the pleasure of working with your organization now for about 3 years, and I'm always touched by the fact that you have these situations that happen every day. Give me a story that happened just in the last few minutes, in the last day or two, where somebody has been helped.
Oh, it's every day. I mean, in fact, you were earlier talking about Hero Miles. Just yesterday, we were talking about the backlog of tickets that we have to book. Just yesterday, we had 170 tickets ready to be booked for the holidays. Because you have to remember, the military people that are in the Wounded Warriors and their families are right now in Bethesda, right now at Walter Reed. In order for them to get home for the holidays, we take care of that. We take care of all of those tickets. We're the ones that do that, and that's why we have so many tickets to process today.
All right, Cindy Campbell.
Hey, just in the last 5 minutes, $500 from Linda in Aspirin, Virginia,
Hey,
and
that's great.
another $1,000 from Michael in Lusby.
Awesome.
Hey, well done, Cindy. You just earned your keep.
And doubled by Finn Mechanica.
Doubled by Finn Mechanica. Thank you to Linda and Michael, and thank you, Finn Mechanica.
And thank you, Cindy Campbell. Greatly appreciated. We'll be talking about it throughout the morning. But listen, you've heard the stories. Here's what you need to do. You need to take action. This is a worthy cause. It is our cause here at WMAL. And if you appreciate what we do and you appreciate what they're doing, just pick up the phone and do what you can. 301-294-8560.